Let me tell you guys something. A lot of these narc baby daddies, they leave their children, not just because they don't give a fuck about them, but also because they want to hurt you. These dudes know that we love our kids and we would do anything for them, like they are our everything. And they hit us right where it hurts by abandoning the kids or being inconsistent. Please don't say, well, if you were married, that would have been a different story. That's not even true. Nothing could really save us from being a single mom, not even a title, because when you have kids with someone, it could really show someone's true colors, and especially a narcissist. They don't even care about their kids.
The first thing is, Bounty Villains, before we start this video, like and comment for the algorithm. Also, follow me on Rumble. Link will be in the description. Enjoy the video. Pete.
The pretty is only here to soften the blow.
You call this pretty?
You're welcome.
What she means to say is that 4 months ago, I cooked her because she had on one of those Jiffy Pop bags. And ever since then, she's cared about what people have been.
Can an oven-roasted turkey breast pack so much succulent flavor that the mere glimpse of it induces turkey sandwich daydreams? If it's Hillshire Farm, oh, hell yeah.
I'm Javi, and I got Botox Cosmetic. There was a particular photograph, the lines...
Bounty Villains, before we start this video, like and comment for the algorithm. Also, follow me on Rumble. Link will be in the description. Enjoy the video. Pete.
The pretty is only here to soften the blow.
You call this pretty?
You're welcome.
What she means to say is that 4 months ago, I cooked her because she had on one of those Jiffy Pop bags. And ever since then, she's cared about what people have been saying about her. So obviously, she's not going to come on here looking crazy. But she's still single. And let's see what she has to say about men that don't even know her nor care about her on Bountyville.
Earlier this morning, one of the passport bros and I got into a little bit of a heated exchange.
Of course, she's still exchanging words with passport bros. You got to understand, this woman needs all the attention she can get. That's why she dressed up in the first place. Because for one, she doesn't want to get cooked. And for two, she's still talking about guys that don't give a crap about her. And she's trying to flex on them by showing what she looks like. But she's still single. So it doesn't matter the amount of makeup you put on, the amount of Brazilian hair from the women that you actually dislike and despise. It doesn't matter because you're still single making a video about men who don't know you. Make that make sense, guys. This is the power of the passport.
Video is one I'm sure y'all have seen already. That black guy from America complaining about how badly he's being treated in Brazil because he's not being well received, even though he wants to buy and exploit their women and children, because a lot of the women that you think you're actually messing with are young girls.
And you keep falling for the trolls. Guys, keep trolling these women when you go overseas. Please lie and troll and say that you got your stuff stolen because they're, or something like that, or you're not being well received. So we can continue to troll them, man. This is perfect because they fall right into it. This is just another example of why men are just not choosing these women, because these women are mean.
Hey, buddy. Squidward. Free cleaning service? Census taker.
Not themselves.
Hopeless, powerless victim.
Why didn't the husband think about putting his family? Go on. Now,
That made no sense. She just put a bunch of words together right there to try to sound clever. But it really made no sense. If one of the major characters...
saying I'm young, and that's how it would generally work. But go on. Now,
That made no sense. She just put a bunch of words together.
a little razzle-dazzled, but be careful. You know these traditional men, they don't like anything fake, including makeup. So just be mindful. But tell me more about what these wives are being triggered about. Saying I'm young, inexperienced, don't know what I'm talking about. So the thing is, you are young, you haven't been married, so you are inexperienced. But okay, go on. But I listen to what the men say every single day. See, I agree that you talk to a lot of men. The difference would be what kind of men you're talking to. Because you see on your podcast, I notice that anybody that has a different view than you is completely outnumbered. So of course, the majority of people that you talk to are going to have your perspective. On top of that, we're not loyal anymore. Women leave 70 to 80% of the time, 90% of the time if we're college educated. How are you a good wife if you're not loyal? Well, you see, generally how that would work is that if you left, you wouldn't be a wife. That's how it would generally work. But go on. Now,
That made no sense. She just put a bunch of words together right there to try to sound clever, but it really made no sense. If one of the major characteristics in a good woman, a good wife, is for her to be loyal, and she understands that her vows will be tested as they are, and
before they're personal.
seek some type of refuge to.
Hey, you gotta get your girl.
Now he recording me and shit. Wow.
Yeah, I'm recording myself for my own safety. Exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing for. That's exactly what I'm doing it for. You know what I'm saying, right?
Because he's trying to sit here. It's common knowledge. It's common knowledge. People
Yeah,
have
okay.
what you gonna see. They
Yeah,
call me a
okay.
bitch. He called me a bitch. So
You coming at me heated. You think I'm just gonna sit there and take it? You gonna sit there and call me a bitch because I'm not receiving shit? You can't let me call you a bitch. I have self-respect for myself, right?
And I do too, bitch.
Or people yelling at him like that, calling him shit instead I expect to be called, right?
You call me.
Don't act like a
Ain't that crazy that women call you bitch more than
generating 5 times more high-quality content, spending 70% less time editing, doubling search.
When you just wanted a nice quiet breakfast with the family.
Just another example of black women proudly putting ratchet.
When you just wanted a nice quiet breakfast with the family.
Just another example of black women proudly putting ratchet culture on display. Like, come on, is this really what we want to be known for?
The answer is yes. That is exactly what they want to be known for. Now, this is going to be maybe a long, drawn-out video because I was really thinking about everything that occurred just recently in regards to me going rogue. And, you know, essentially, when you do monk mode, you are going rogue. You know, you are definitely going rogue. This is what's happening. You're definitely going rogue because you're doing something that is quite unnatural. And the thing is, there is a natural inclination for a man to want to be with a woman, regardless. There is a natural inclination for a man to even want attention from a woman, right? Those are natural things. However, you're doing the complete opposite of that. You're going against the grain when you're going on what I like to say rogue mode or monk mode. And I want to give a story. I want to give a story that happened today. And this story goes to show what kind of things may be unlocked when you do engage in monk mode. So the thing is that when you look at monk mode, right? One thing about it is that if you do it right, certain things will open up. Certain knowledge will open up inside you. You know, it's hard to explain, but I'll give explanation. So there was this one Keisha today, American black woman. And as I said in my previous videos, I'm not attracted to any American woman, regardless of color, be it she's Latin America, born in America and raised, be it that she's continental African, born in America and raised, be it that she's Caribbean, born in America and raised, be it that she's Asian, born in America and raised. Any one of them who has been born here or is under this system or Western ideology, I have no interest in. I don't want to date them. I don't want to marry them. I don't want to spend money on them. And I don't do any of that. Okay? I don't do any of that. And I will not do any of that. Now, what I want to say is that there was this Keisha today. I ignored her. Okay? I intentionally ignored her. Intentionally. It was done by intention. I was talking to someone about a book that I need to purchase. You know, I need to purchase this book that will help me fulfill my next phase of the plan that I have. So I was asking about the book because I was talking to another brother, shout outs to him, who has found his I guess you can say, has found his mini Wakanda in Venezuela and is now engaged to a Venezuelan woman who is he is of mixed background, Cuban and St. Kitts background. So I was talking to him about a book and told him that, yeah, in a couple of months' time, I will be making the move abroad as well. So he was giving me a good book to make that move even better. All of a sudden, this Keisha interrupts. She barges in on the speech. I ignore her. I ignore her completely. She calls me rude and disrespectful for ignoring her completely. And I will continue to ignore every single Western woman completely. If I absolutely need to talk to her, it will be a yes and just a no. But other than that, I will continue to ignore them. And I'm going to give you my reasons why. Now, what was interesting about me ignoring her is I think there was a forethought into her thought process before I even I didn't even want to speak to her, bro. Like I just didn't even want to speak to her. But after the fact I ignored her, she got her attention from another person, you know, because that's what she was seeking. She was seeking attention. And, you know, the fact that I'm not going to just give attention like that, I guess it was the issue, you know. She wanted my attention, but I'm not giving that attention. I don't have any attention for Western women whatsoever. You know, the only attention I have is for the women overseas that I'm courting. You know, I don't want to give too much of my personal love life information out, but, you know, I may have to cut one off because she wants to come to America. And I'm saying, no, you're not coming, you know. As a matter of fact, I may have to cut her loose completely. You know what I mean? Despite the fact that she's one of Khabib's people. You know, it's like, no way, Jose. You see me leaving here, you know what I mean? What makes you want to come here? But anyhow, that's beside the point. When I did not give her that attention, she got the attention from someone else, a simp cuckazoid, that was, you know, a black dude. And so when I heard them talk the conversation while me and my friend are chatting it up about this going abroad thing, the thing is, what she said, because there's a boxer named Ryan Garcia, And so she said, I have taken quite a liking to Ryan Garcia because his trainer is Oscar De La Hoya, and his trainer wore skirts and high heels. And I was digging that. So, indirectly, right? Indirectly, somehow, I knew not to even talk to this woman. Because in essence, what she indirectly said is that she likes emasculated male. And she wants to be this dominant, masculine ass woman. And by the way, she did have a deep voice as well. Just to throw that out there. And so, you know, when we look at this situation, right? I say this because I go back into the monk mode, okay? Monk mode is very, like, for people, it's going to be painful, okay? Because you're essentially doing something that is against your human nature. But it's something that is still within your human nature, you know? It's just something that doesn't come naturally. You know how people say we're social beings and stuff like that? You know how people say that? You know? But essentially you're withdrawing in order to realize the higher purpose. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing about the monk mode. The pain of it, hell yes, it hurts, okay? But the reward of it, if you're after the same thing, which is hijra, aka migration, from this crazy place and to women who are going to be in your program, and probably to a better economic situation that's going to be in your program that will make use of your money getting longer and you actually being able to own assets, you know, multiple assets that are actually tangible assets, then it's the reward outweighs the pain of monk mode. Okay? So the thing is I was reading a book, okay? And I want to kind of equivalate it, I want to kind of like wrap it into monk mode, you know? That episode with the women showed me why I withdraw, you know, completely. Now, granted, you know, when I had like just a little bit of inclination or just a little bit of like a tiny bit of kind of like desire to maybe find like settle down here, you know, I would kind of engage, but I cut all that off a long time ago. I even cut that off with Muslim women, you know, like that's the thing. It's not like I was just looking for a non-Muslim woman. I was looking for Muslim women. But when I found out the Muslim women think the same as the non-Muslim women and they do the same things as non-Muslim women and don't really have fear of Allah, I said, okay, forget it. You know, it's time to go rogue. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm not a cause of monk mode in hijra. I'm an effect of hijra in monk mode. Now, the thing is that when you watch and hear the videos at the beginning that I just played, you realize the situation is not getting better. The situation is only getting worse, okay? It's not getting better. The situation will have to fix itself, and you cannot be here for it to fix itself due to the simple fact that you cannot fix it, okay? This is something that has to sort itself out. And you should not be trying to sort it out yourself with the dating roaches, the chimpanzees, and the pandas, and the pedestalizers. They're not going to fix it. So you standing for something that's against the grain of the order of the day is basically going to mean that it's going to sort itself out, but you shouldn't be here, as I said, for it to sort itself out. You don't need to be here. You need to live your life. You know, as Nipsey said, live your life and grow. Climb to them heights, you know. Now, one thing is about monk mode is that I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of Western women don't like to work out. I'm going to be honest with you. As a matter of fact, a lot are threatened when you actually work out more than them. When you actually are putting in the miles, you know, doing your road work more than them. They're actually threatened at that. So instead of by withdrawing your resources from them, you're no longer contributing to their obesity, you know, and injuring their health. Because let's be honest, most women, modern women, right, will tell you, since they don't cook or clean, they have a roster of dudes who are restaurant dates, foodie calls, Uber Eats, Door Dashing, and things like that. Rather than feed her appetite without getting anything in return, withdraw from that. Put that food in yourself. Invest in your health. You know what I mean? Find new foods to make you stronger that are to your liking. So that's another benefit of monk mode, of going rogue. Now, another thing too is if you do what I did today, and you know, have your social interactions with these women like regulated, then the chances are you're not going to fall into foolishness. Because let's face it, most social interactions with women nowadays are not regulated. And if you say something that they don't like, chances are it's going to result into some kind of altercation, even if you have a good point, as we see many times, you know. Many times we see that, you know, you may have a good point, but since they don't like the point, it results in an altercation. I'll give you an example. Hold on. I'll give you an example real quick. Okay. Right here. I'll give you an example.
Hey Greg, Rena here. Want to show me the problem with the chair? Right?
Alright guys, so I stumbled across this app study. This will be, let's get it.
I swear.
Are you like, Chase, how dare you be transphobic?
Yes, actually. What do you mean? Yes, that was so
Because if I
unnecessary.
had sex with a trans woman, I'd be having sex with a biological man.
Facts. That's just a fact. That is a fact. There's no transphobia. There's no...
Would technically be homosexual. A trans woman is a biological man. Sue me. It's true.
Dude, that's mean. I honestly
It's mean. It's mean. Facts. Respect that, right? Because the film... Wow. Amazing. Again,
Yeah, you know,
not at all, right? This guy has to capitulate to...
it's real. It's true.
Mind blowing. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless, bruh.
That's not what you said, though. That's fine. If that's
Because
what
I'd
you
be
want to say.
gay if I had sex
That's
with a
not
biological
gay.
man.
That's not gay.
That's
And I don't
gay.
even care if you're doing this for, like, whatever, but, like, shut the up, actually.
I'm doing
you look
it for
like you have a
what-
little
you
bit of
why don't-
No,
why don't-
that's too far. That's
Why
too
don't you make me
That's
shut
too
the up? Because I have an opinion that differs from yours.
She's right.
I mean, that's really
But
hateful, bro.
she's not. It would technically be homosexual.
So, as I said before, okay, you cannot have a different opinion. You know what I mean? I will sit here and say that I know at least, like, for example, if I said this in public, I would be crucified. They would hurt me badly. But I'll straight out say it that Fulani women, Mandinka women, Hausa women, Soninke women, they look way better than Black American women. I'll straight out say that. You know what I mean? But I know that my opinion, and I'll go as far as to say that women from the Caucasus region of Greater Russia look better than Black American women, or American women in general. But I know that if I had that opinion, that it would result into something like that. Whereas if they had the same opinion, nothing would be done. So this is why I'm saying why the monk mode is the best solution, but maybe one of the most painful solutions, because there is no regulated social interactions between men and women nowadays. You know what I mean? So since they're not regulated, and since they can say literally anything they want, right? A woman can literally say anything she wants in this country and not be crucified for what she says or held accountable for what she says. So by not saying anything to them, abstaining from saying anything to them, you save yourself and you avoid what just happened that I showed you. Now, another thing too, that the reason why you shouldn't be involved in this whole thing that we have going on right now, the reason why you should not be involved in the whole thing and try to fix the situation that's going on right now is that women don't even want to take advice from other women who maybe have their best interests, okay? Men, we take advice from other men because, usually a man is going to tell us what we may not necessarily want to hear, but we need to hear. You know what I mean? If he's a true, sincere, honest man. But if you're talking to the simps, the dating roaches, and the chimpanzees, and those people, forget about it. They're not going to tell you what you need to hear. And hell, they're not going to even tell you what you want to hear, for that matter. So the thing is that women reject emotional and psychological support from other women that will set them right. So what makes you think as a man you can set them right? You know what I mean? Let's just be real with ourselves, because most of them, as you see the one with the baby talking about narcissist baby daddies, you know what I mean? You would think that those traits would be seen before she lays down with a man and opens her legs to a man. You know what I mean? So, what I want to say is that another thing that comes with the monk mode is that, if you do it right? If you do it right, the thing that comes with it is that you'll get personal discipline. You get personal discipline, and you get a will and a determination that is better than indiscipline and the degeneracy and the delinquency of the prevailing order today. So that's the thing. If you're doing monk mode right, if you're exercising, if you're reading, if you're learning that new skill, if you're opening that business to fund your travels, or if you're just funding your travels through your door dashing, through your Uber, through your Lyft, and saving all of that money for that, then that personal discipline goes a long way, because now your money is not being spent on something that is not going to yield. If you're going to do a transaction, let that transaction benefit you in the long run. Don't just look at it in the short run. Let's be honest. Even like, shoot, there was a woman who asked, what would you do for Balenciaga? She drank a damn cup of something from the trash can. And the woman who came out the passport bros that I showed you, you know, why would you want to deal with such a succubus with a forehead the size of a football helmet? You know, I mean, that's nothing to deal with. You know, that woman is morally and spiritually bankrupt. She said black men were expendable in one of her videos before she came after passport bros. You know, these were her words. I'm dead ass. You know? And the thing is that, you know, they'll say to us, who hurt you? But the thing is even if someone did hurt you, you kind of have to be inherently evil to want to call for the deletion or the expendable or for a gender of people to be expendable. I would never do that. I would never call for that. I would never do anything like that. I would never even promote anything like that. I'm just promoting leaving them alone psychologically, physically, mentally, and spiritually if you're in the West. That's all I'm promoting. Not calling to anything else. That's it. Now, one thing you want to do too is you want to be able to travel with a free conscience. When it's time to leave, you want to be able to leave like without any attachments. You know, you want to be able to like just leave. You know? And so that's why another reason why I do it, you know, alhamdulillah, I don't have any kids with any of these women. Alhamdulillah, I've never been married to any of these women. Nor do I intend to do so. You know, so I can get up and leave with a free conscience because, you know, all of my family is in Africa. And where I'm going is going to be like geographically closer to Africa than if I was in America, you know? So another thing too is you want to do kawa, which is like the benefits of monk mode is kawa. You're withdrawing from this craziness. Because the thing is, you want to do the mental withdrawal and the spiritual withdrawal before the physical withdrawal. Because what you're doing when you do monk mode, when you go rogue, what it is just a quiet protest against society that is hell-bent on proceeding on a ruinous path. Because these women are hell-bent on not finding solutions, but creating more problems. You see it. And many people will say, well, oh, it's only on social media. No, it's not only on social media. It's happening in real time. That's why people are recording it in real time. It's not just social media. That's what people fail to understand, though. And the thing is, it's symbolic. It's a symbolic withdrawal from the existing, I want to say, from the existing order of the day, right? And it is a flight from a world basically dominated by evil. Because at the end of the day, when you're living in the West, I mean, what they're doing and what they're implementing is just evil, bro. I'll give you a couple of examples. Like, they have freaking satanic clubs in elementary school already. And who's leading the club? A woman. Okay. They have drag queens at dancing in elementary school. Who's leading and promoting it? Women. So this is just my personal experience in monk mode, and perhaps I'm not doing it all the way right. Perhaps I can even upgrade and enhance it. You know, maybe I need to perhaps spend more time in contemplation at night instead of on my pillow, you know. But your inner eye will be opened, okay, if you do it right. You'll start to see things that maybe others won't see. And I think that's what I saw with that woman today. That somehow, subconsciously, somehow it was imprinted into my I guess you can say my whole, my being, you know, my physiognomy or something. It's like this complex word. I forgot how to pronounce it. It was just imprinted into my anatomy, my spiritual anatomy, that I knew that this Keisha, this American black woman, was, you know, was not only an attention seeker, but a masculine, like a masculine woman who wants to be a man, who has these who wants emasculated men. That's why she commended other men wearing drag. You know what I mean? But I want to leave you with this. One of my favorite rappers, he was known as the Monk, and I actually had the privilege of hanging out with him, talking with him, and actually getting to know him, the real him. And you know, he's called the Monk for a reason, because he just is very awesome at his job, but he's still reclusive. He's actually ghostwrited for a couple of your favorite artists, you know. But listen to what is said about him. Listen to what is said about him, and that's the best way to describe me.
Him over there, that's Lava. Pharrell calls him the Monk. I call him the Chosen One. Some say he's too laid back. You know, just don't talk enough. When really, he ain't laid back at all. He just don't deem you motherfuckers worthy enough of hearing what the fuck he gotta say. What an asshole, right?
So with me, women in this country wouldn't even be interested in the things that I have, like the things I'm interested in. You know, they're not going to be interested in the same things. So why waste time? All they're interested in is what I have in my account and things like that. Even Muslim women are not interested in Islam here in the States at all. I'm going to be honest with you, you know? So with that being said, I'm going to play one more video. This video is going a little bit longer than I wanted, but there is actually a woman.
I know this is probably not the.
There's actually a traditional woman who, you know, hopefully she's not a chameleon, but this is what she
time
said.
Since you're sleeping, but rent is due tomorrow, and I've noticed you don't have a.
We'd even wear it once.
And she's overseas, but this is what she said.
My dream is to actually move out this country, live in Saudi with the love of my life, have 10 children, and just be a stay-at-home mum. Inshallah, one day.
So, you know, the women that, you know, I am talking to in the part of the world in which I am talking to, which include my own home, they all share the same thing. It's just about me, like, figuring out, okay, which ones or which one or ones is going to be able to fit into the program. Because even when I do get married, I'll probably have to go into monk mode for maybe like 5 hours out the day, 7 hours out the day to do other things to enhance her life and get her life right. And in return of me getting her life even better, she will, you know, provide me with the things that I want, you know. But with that being said, I hope you learn from this that, you know, the reward that will come with monk mode and going rogue on just Western society and Western women and modern women in general, it outweighs the pain. And that's just my point. And with that being said, Fula signing out. Base Juldo signing out. And I'm off until the next one. SYSMB. Save yourself, Muslim brother. Njarama.